Welcome back. Our focus this morning is on cyclonic storm Nivar. Made its landfall late last night. Going by what we're picking up right now from our reporters on the ground, the situation doesn't seem to be too bad. Things are under control. Not much damage that's been reported. Some waterlogging that's been reported in some parts of Chennai. Gopikrishan is joining us live from Mamallapuram, Nolan Pinto, getting us the latest from Marina Beach in Chennai. Before I go across to both Gopi and Nolan, let me just sum up for you all the updates that have come in with regards to this storm. Remember that it was a very severe cyclonic storm when it hit the Tamil Nadu coast. It's now weakened into a severe cyclonic storm and crossed India's southeast coast near Puducherry. Cyclone Nivar began landfall 30 kilometers north of Puducherry, closer to really Cuddalore, which has received the most rainfall. It happened at about 11:30 p.m. last night. The eye of the storm was around 115 kilometers south of Chennai. Heavy rains and winds of 120 to 130 kilometers per hour lashed the coastal areas of Puducherry as well as Cuddalore. Chennai more or less saw heavy spells of heavy rain as well as wind. The cyclone weakened. It's now a severe cyclonic storm that happened at about 2:30 a.m. Flight operations at Chennai International Airport have been suspended. All roads leading to beaches have been closed down, particularly because last night as well, last evening, during the heavy rains, a lot of people attempted to go to the beach to take pictures and to go ahead and stroll during the gusty winds. And because of that, the authorities have gone ahead and taken these precautionary steps. A public holiday has been declared in Chennai as well. People have been strictly told not to venture outside, especially near the beaches. 25 NDRF teams have been deployed. 22 teams are on standby to assist people who have been affected.
Well, it's the first morning after the cyclone Nivar has made its landfall around the east coast of Tamil Nadu, and right now, as you can see, the NDRF team, they have swung themselves into action in the morning. So it's quite early in the morning, and at the daybreak itself, they have swung themselves into action. So what they're doing is they're just trying to clear the trees which are uprooted. Maybe I'll just try and speak to some of the officers who are in charge here. So what are the kind of activities that are being done here? Has there been any data on the number of trees that have been uprooted here?
Sir, we are on a regular recce after the disaster. So on recceing, during the recceing, we found that the trees are lying down the road. So immediately we are doing the clearing of the trees, and we are in continuous processing of the recceing of the area.
So you will move along the road to try and find out.
Yes.
So are there
our area of responsibility? We are completely recceing the area, and wherever we found any blockage of trees or any road clearing, we are doing our best.
Is there any issue that has been reported from any of the other areas in the?
No. Till now we haven't received any report or distress from. As of we haven't any received. It's our regular recce. So during our recce, we found that some trees are here. So we are clearing the roads.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, so that is the NDRF team. They are actually continuing their work because they are on a regular recce. They are just moving along this main road to try and find if there are any trees or electric poles which are uprooted. So this is actually one such tree which had fallen into the road, blocking the transport, and they literally had to just chop it down with the chainsaw, and now they are actually moving it into that van which is provided by the local administration. So this is where these teams are working in tandem. All the teams, this is the central team of the NDRF which is working on clearing the roads, and they are assisted by the local administration. So a lot of action happening here on the ground from the morning, from early in the morning, if I can say correctly. But fortunately, things seems to be under control, at least for the time being, or at least till the time that we are speaking. With camera person Madhu, Gopikrishan in Mahabalipuram for India Today.
Let me also get you now these ground reports by Akshay Nath and Nolan Pinto. These were reports that were filed late last night when the cyclone made landfall.
It's around 3 a.m. in Puducherry, and what we are seeing here is intense rainfall and heavy winds hitting the city, and this situation is going to continue for the next 2 to 3 hours. We are being told that people in the low-lying areas are being evacuated and moved to better places in the relief camps. The situation is getting very tense here. We can see in Puducherry city itself, where I'm standing, there is water logging. There's a stream of water which is running around in the street, and this situation will continue because the last couple of hours hours. Intense rainfall has been lashing this union territory, and things are not seeming to be fine. Winds at a speed of around 120 to 145 kilometers per hour are to hit the coast, and this situation will only intensify. We have been seeing that relief operation vehicles have been moving in and out of this region. Situation is very tense in Puducherry, and we have to wait and watch as to what kind of destruction Cyclone Nivar has caused to the city. With camera person Daniel from Puducherry, this is Akshay Nath for India Today.
Well, it's the middle of the night as of now, and we are in Pondi Bazaar of Chennai. In fact, this is the main shopping area for the people living in Chennai. Well-maintained, clean, beautiful roads, and you have trees lined up on either side. However, after 11 o'clock, that is when the process of landfall began. And as of now, according to the IMD, the center of the cyclone has actually hit the coast somewhere near Puducherry. And this is what is happening over here in Chennai. And this is what we are noticing, that branches, in fact, have actually fallen. They have actually faced the brunt of the heavy and winds that Chennai has faced because of the cyclone for the past entire day almost. And this is what is happening now. It starts to rain, it stops to rain, it drizzles, it stops. For some time there is absolutely no rain. For the next 10 minutes, it's pouring cats and dogs. So this is the situation as of now in Chennai. But thankfully, the police are patrolling the road, making sure that nobody comes out, steps out in the interest of their own safety. And well, so as of now, we just have to wait for the next 24 odd hours for things to return back to normal so that people can once more get out and get going with their lives. With video journalist Divyan, this is Nolan Pinto for India Today in Chennai.
A word of caution for all those who are living in these coastal districts, be it Chennai, Puducherry, Kadalur or any of those districts. Remember that the Met Department has said that rains will continue for the next 24 hours. So while you're seeing that there hasn't been much damage, much impact of the cyclone so far, it's important to still remain cautious. It's important to still remain indoors. Let me take this across to our reporters. Gopi Krishnanithan getting us the latest updates from Mamallapuram. Nolan Pinto is joining us live from Chennai. Nolan, I want to come across to you first. You've been reporting from the city, some areas where waterlogging has been reported. I was also seeing visuals that are coming in from Mudittur, from Velachery, as you pointed out, Ashok Nagar, KK Nagar. These areas, there has been some waterlogging. What is the latest advisory from the government? Are they still telling people don't venture out because heavy rains could continue?
Well, in fact, Akshita, yesterday was a public holiday in Chennai. Today as well is a public holiday. The authorities decided that in the interest of the safety of the people, it would be advisable to ask them to stay indoors. And yes, many areas do still have water logging in Chennai, but the officials are actually managing. The trees that have fallen, not too much in fact, the branches that have fallen have all been cleared. In fact, they started their work last evening itself. The whole of yesterday, the officials have been doing just that. Now, Akshita, let me just tell you where I am. Initially, I was in one part of the Marina Beach. I've come to another area. Where I'm actually standing is basically a service road. You have the main road on the other side. You have the service road where I'm standing as of now, knee-deep water. And on the other side, basically, here, unlike the other place where I was, the beach itself is filled with rainwater. The flood waters completely covering the beach. And then you have a patch of the beach on one side and thereon the sea. So this is the situation. However, in spite of the warning not to come over here, it's extremely dangerous. Wind speeds really strong. People are still venturing out over here to the Marina Beach in order to experience. So we are just telling the people, requesting them follow government guidelines. Do not come anywhere near the Marina Beach or any beach. It is really not safe. Stay indoors till the wind speeds actually decrease. It's for your own safety and good.
Absolutely. Very important point that you put forth there, Nolan, because yesterday there were a lot of reports that suggested that people were trying to throng places like Merida Beach, like Elliott's Beach, which is in Besant Nagar, Tiruvanmiyur, all of these beaches. People were trying to head there to see the effect of the cyclone, to take pictures. And that's why the authorities were forced to now shut down the roads that lead up to these beaches. So important for Chennaiites to keep in mind that the threat still is very much present, that wind speeds are still high. Important to stay indoors till the authorities go ahead and say that it's safe now to venture out. Let me take this across to Gopi Krishnan. He's joining us live from Mamallapuram, very, very close to Chennai on the outskirts of the city. Gopi, you've been telling us that the damage there has been minimal. It's one of the worst affected as far as the cyclone really goes. It was within the cone that the cyclone would have hit. But you're telling us that there have been very minimal incidents of tree felling, of any damage really?
Well, indeed, Akshita, that is exactly what we could see on the ground, because after just moving around in the city, now we have come to the beach side, the seashore, to try and understand the situation over here. The sea remains extremely rough. You can see the waves are picking up height and momentum, and that is actually gushing water right into the seashore. And also in the fishermen colonies, we do not really see much damage. Maybe I will quickly try and get in a word from them on what has been their experience. Sir, நிவார் புயல்னால உங்களுக்கு எப்படி எல்லாம் பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கீங்க?
சார், நாங்கள் பெரும் அளவில் பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறோம் சார். புயல் கரையை கடந்தாலும் கூட இங்கே பாருங்கள், காற்று குறையில, கடல் சீற்றமும் குறையில. நீர்மட்டங்கள் அதிகமானதுனால கடல் கிட்டத்தட்ட ஊருக்குள்ளே புகுற நிலைமையிலே இருக்குது. நம்ம குடியிருப்புக்கும் கடலுக்கும் கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 10-20 அடி தூரத்திலே தான் கடல் அலை போயிட்டு இருக்கு சார். இதனால் நாங்கள் பெரும் அளவில் பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறோம். அதேபோல் பொருளாதார ரீதியிலையும் நாங்கள் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு வெளியே போக முடியாத நிலைமையில் இருக்கிறதுனால உணவு, பால், பிஸ்கட் கூட கிடைக்காம நிலைமையிலே நாங்கள் இருக்கிறோம் இந்த பகுதியில்.
புரியுது. உங்களால் இப்போ வேலைக்கு போய் எவ்வளோ நாள் ஆச்சுங்க?
வேலைக்கு போய் 5 நாள் ஆயிடுச்சு சார். 5 நாள் ஆயிடுச்சு.
இதெல்லாம் முடிஞ்சால் தான் உங்களால் போக முடியும்.
ஆமாம், அரசாங்கம் மறு அறிவிப்பு வர வரைக்கும் எங்களால் போக முடியாது. இது காற்று கடல் சீற்றம் குறைஞ்சாதான் எங்களால் போக முடியும்.
Okay, I'll quickly translate what these gentlemen were saying, because they were saying that though there is no much physical damage, they were really concerned that if these winds continue to pick up and if this occurs again, then their livelihoods will also be at stake. And also in this particular situation, many of them were complaining that there was a lack of availability of essential supplies, mostly for the children. And also these are men who had not really got an opportunity to go for their work for over the last 5-6 days, and they are actually hoping that the government will make some arrangements for them as long as they remain at their homes without any sorts of work. So this is the situation here in Mahabalipuram at the moment, Akshita.
Okay, we can see that, the wind speeds is still pretty high where you are, Gopi, but we'll keep coming to you for the latest update. I also want to take this across quickly to Nolan to get a sense of what the forecast is ahead, Nolan. We know that flight operations have been stopped in Chennai. Several steps, train services were also suspended briefly. What is the situation now with regards to all those operations resuming, and what's the forecast ahead?
Well, Akshita, in fact, the officials have declared a public holiday yesterday. They've also stated that today as well would be a public holiday, barring essential services. In fact, the metro stopped at around 7 o'clock in the evening because of the wind speeds actually started to pick up. And what we're told is that they will keep in mind, they will continue to track what's it today, what's the situation, and thereafter take a decision whether or not metro trains will actually be available to the people. It is not safe. It is really not safe to allow people to come out. They do not want people stepping out of their homes for fear that flying objects can sort of injure them. Akshita, if you're here, you will be able to feel how strong the wind is. It's just pushing you. I'm going to ask my camera person Divyan to just show what's the intensity. In fact, it's a small cart over there, and there's nothing left of that cart. Just a skeleton or iron bars are left. So that was the intensity of the wind in this particular area itself. I can only imagine what it was in Puducherry. But please stay indoors. It's not safe outside.
Important to keep highlighting that. Important to keep highlighting that. Nolan, thank you for getting us those details. Thanks to Gopi as well for getting us latest updates from Mamallapuram. Going by initial reports, what we're seeing on the ground, the sense from what I'm getting also from people I'm speaking to in Chennai as well as Puducherry is that not much damage. Fortunately, we're seeing that authorities are already on the ground ensuring that any incidents of tree falling is immediately addressed, the debris is cleared off the roads. So there is a sense of normalcy creeping in, but it is going to take a day or two for all the water to drain off. There is still a prediction from the Met Department, a warning that rains could continue. So it's important for us to remain cautious, important to stay indoors till authorities tell us otherwise.